Hello, Amy. Happy
Hi, Jing.
Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Namaste.
Namaste.
And happy Wednesday to everybody that's tuning right now. Welcome to your Women's Wellness Wednesday. Okay, but of course, we are extending the invitation to men,
Yes.
our male creators in the circle as well, right? So we have a very interesting topic Amy and I are gonna share with you today. It may not be everybody's favorite because we know how much everyone loves watching personal development videos and listening to personal development podcasts here, right? Which is fantastic. But also we also want to dive into why we shouldn't binge on personal development, watching one video after another, going to one seminar after another kind of thing, right? So here's why. We're gonna
Exactly.
be very straight to the point today.
Mhm. So, yeah, this is something that I think has been coming up frequently over the last few weeks, and I've been mentioning it more and more in what I've been sharing, mostly because I've noticed this in myself. The thing is, when we start on this self-development journey and we start on this spiritual awakening journey, there's a corner that we turn where before we're looking out into the world for answers and validation, and then all of a sudden when we start on this journey we turn and look in. Okay, and there's that turning the corner where, okay, I must look at myself and focus on myself to change my external circumstances. And this is what everyone is, that's the motivation. If I work on myself, things will get better on the outside too. That's true. There's that thought there for a moment, then ego swoops in and hijacks this whole journey of spiritual development. Because what it hears is, I am not good enough as I am, so I need to do some work on myself. And then this really fuels the ego's core belief, which is, I'm not worthy, I'm not enough as I am. And this really, we give the ego a bad rep. But the ego is driven by this fear of not being good enough and not being worthy of love, worthy of whatever as a child we needed. Okay, attention, abundance, love, whatever, support. So the ego's whole strategy is to try to earn it and fix things. And it's really driven by this fear, and it's really confused. And it's trying to earn love, earn support, earn abundance. So the core belief of the ego is, right now, I am not enough. So I need to do something, right? Because as a child, that's kind of true. If you're not protected as a child, if you're not loved enough as a child, if you don't have what you need as a child, that's a seriously scary situation. So we needed the ego then to survive. But this will run throughout your whole life. So the second that we embark on this let's say, spiritual journey, this self-help journey, ego is right there waiting, saying, here's a new level of me not being enough. I need to fix myself, and then I can be good enough. And it's really that which is going to trip you up the most on your spiritual journey, because what it misses is the whole point, which is, because we are here, because we exist, we are already enough. We are already worthy. We don't need to do anything to earn love, earn abundance. We deserve it just because we exist. That's it. But then this is missed because ego wants to feel like, oh, it's not good enough, right? We have to compete with others for affection, because that's really super important when we're children, right? I must be the one that stands out, then I'll get the most love and I'll get the most, food and the most abundant and that kind of thing, right? So then, right, we want to be special. It's not good enough to the ego to just be the same as everyone else. We want to be special. So we want to be more spiritual, more awake and more enlightened. It's never enough for the ego. It's just there, like, looking. So a lot of what's happening, if you really focus on maybe your emotional state, while you're looking on YouTube for the right meditation, the right healing, the right affirmations, check in with like your heart and notice like the panic and anxiety there, which is saying like, if I just find it, if I can just find the answer, then I can be fixed, then I'll be whole, complete, worthy, lovable, special, and then everyone will love me and I will get everything that I want in my life, right? That's really kind of the fear that's driving this. And we're missing the whole point, which is that we are worthy just as we are. You don't need to change anything about yourself in this moment to be lovable, to be whole, to be complete, except for realizing that. So the only goal of the spiritual journey is just realizing what you already have within you and aligning with what you already have within you, not changing something or fixing something about you because it's not broken.
Hmm. Oh, beautiful. So amazing. While you're talking, this reminds me of a lot of episodes that we've done previously, even last year, that we have actually also covered, the whole ego thing, right? Like seeking the fulfillment external and also seeking that support, from the external, which sometimes we need. But like you said, it's the ego that's always seeking and it's never ending, right? It's
Exactly.
always
Yeah.
hungry, always like almost like addiction,
Mhm.
like the way I see it is like similar to you, but maybe like on the less, how should I say it, how should I say it, how like, for you and I, right? You're the more scientific one. I'm just
Yeah.
like the no BS,
Yeah.
just do a
Exactly. Yeah.
stop it kind of style, right? The way I see it is sort of like why we tell people don't binge on personal development. We're not saying this in a way that, okay, stop. Like even this video that you guys are watching right now, it is a personal development. It is a personal development talk here, right? But if you want, okay, if you want to do this after I say this, you can go ahead and do it. Okay. So after what I'm about to share with you guys can actually feel free to stop watching this and then go and do something. Okay, is that what I have found is that binge watching personal development things can become an addiction actually, because you get pumped, right? You get emotionally pumped every time when you hear like motivation speeches and the truth and the aha moments, right? Which actually, I mean, they're amazing, but what I have found a lot of times, also it happened to me a lot in the past, is that I didn't take any actions. Like after you hear all these like amazing motivation speeches and the truth, you're like, oh my God, so true. Oh my God, so right. Yes, yes, yes. I want more of that. It
Mhm.
gives your body, it gives you the stimulant actually in a way. It's not like, it's almost like coffee, right? Or some kind of drugs. It gives your brain that stimulant, right? It makes you feel good. So when you feel good, of course, what happens is there are two types of people, right? One type is the action takers. They actually go out and implement what they learn. Okay. And the second type of people is that they want more. They're like, oh my God, this is so true. I want more of this. I want more of this. So what happens is they end up sitting their couch or I don't know, in front of YouTube or, I used to be a seminar junkie, personal development seminar junkie. Okay. So
Mhm.
comment below if anybody here has been or is like a seminar junkie, okay, that you go from one seminar to another, have been to a lot of seminars before. And what I have found was that my own personal journey and development hasn't really kind of like progressed that much,
Yeah.
right? Like I was still stuck like in the same spot, having the same issues, right? That was because I did not actually implement what I learned. And then as a result, when you're stuck with the same issues, you're like, oh, you're looking for the next thing, the
Mhm.
shining object syndrome. Like, okay, what's the next thing that the next solution? What's another solution that can help me get out of this? Oh,
Yeah.
this sounds really amazing, right? Oh my God. Hi, Jeremy. So Jeremy just said he was a seminar junkie as well in 2019.
Mhm.
Um, so what was I going to say? And Candice, hello. Okay, we got a few people commenting in the chat box here.
Yeah.
So, you're still stuck with the same issue and you may be asking yourself, why am I still here? I've attended so many seminars. I've learned so many things. It's not that they don't work. It's
Mm.
actually about you.
Mm.
Have you done something with the stuff that you learned? Right?
Exactly.
So yeah, so this is actually my point here. And until you really kind of like, what's the word? Until you really kick yourself in the butt and say, you know what, this is amazing. For example, we're learning with Master Shreya Kashina here, right? Everything he teaches is really amazing. works. But until, I'm speaking to everybody that's watching right now, but until you take the actions and really lock yourself in a room and do it, or sometimes it requires you to be out of your room, okay? It requires you to go out there and take the action. Nothing will change. It will just always going to be theories. And
Yeah.
one thing that actually really stuck in my mind recently, and this is something that I've been spreading, the message I've been spreading a lot, is that, everybody, a lot of people here, we are always investing in ourselves, right? So I'm not talking about property investment or, money investment. I'm talking about like personal development investment. When you're investing in yourself, what you get, okay, is not information. You don't want to invest for information. You want to invest for transformation, right? So sometimes, like, like when I look at my past, I spent a lot of money on a lot of personal development, like books, textbooks, courses, and I took home a lot of like, information. And then after reading them, going through them, I just put them back on the shelf. Like Master said, it becomes shelf development, right? Now self-development. So when I look at them, like, yeah, I spent like, like 5 figures, actually, 5 figures on all this information, but I did not transform. Whereas like what we should be really investing is to really transform, right? Whether if it's even like for people who are watching YouTube videos, right? If all the videos or if the videos can actually make that impact and transformation in your life, then great, right? So this is my point, don't let it become an addiction. And also, pause. You can even pause this video right now, pause whatever that you're watching right now, and ask yourself, have you really, really taken the action? Have you really like put into action of what's been said in the video and implemented, right? So that's all I have to say.
Perfectly put. It's perfectly put. And it, like the addiction, yeah, this is something that when I've looked at what you were saying with the mentality of I need more of this video. Oh, I watched this video, I feel great, I feel pumped. Okay, now I need more. It's exactly that. It's a hit. And let's think of like what, let's say technically, like any addiction is doing is helping you to avoid yourself and your feelings, okay, by covering it up with something that feels really good. Okay, it's like a hit of positivity, and it's causing you to avoid looking within you, because any like master or spiritual teacher, they can find that and they radiate what is within them, but that also is within you. Yes. So it's like what the ego is looking, it's outside, it's missing the point that we were talking at the beginning, and it all ties in very nicely, is that no, you missed the point, ego, it's right here. But ego's like, no, I can find it out here, I can find it out there, like, and looking to other people and all of this and getting that hit and missing the point where it's actually a journey within, not without. So that hit, those hits of positivity, they are brilliant because they show you cannot feel something, you cannot feel an emotion or energy that is not within you. When you feel an emotion of love, bliss, joy, where is it? It's not out there, that's within you. If it was not within you, you could not feel it. So that you're feeling when you watch these videos and you get that rush, that's something that's within you. And it's wonderful that these, like you're saying, the seminars and the aha moments and the videos and whatever and the teachings, they're directing you to see, look, it's right there. Okay, and you can feel that and you can attune to it. But then now, this is why masters and teachers, they can point you to that, but you must look within yourself for it. And getting, like Jing was saying, the addiction to the positivity is causing you to avoid it. Let's say, it's not an easy journey to look within you and let go of the more painful aspects of things that are not you, because when you feel that positivity, that rush, it makes it very clear more than ever, everything that is not you and is not light and is not loving and is very painful and difficult. So there is a sorting process of letting that stuff go, which is very, very difficult. But like Jing was saying, you have to do the work. And like the other aspect of it is, just as we're saying, it's such an easy trap to fall into, because like we're doing this video and it's it could be labeled a self-help video, and you know, people are selling courses which kind of feeds into this binging on positivity. But at the same time, like Jing's saying, you're investing, but you also need to you're investing in yourself. Remember that you need to transform everything that you've learned. And notice this, like what we were saying at the beginning, that this is really feeding into the idea that I'm not good enough as I am. When we feel that rush of positivity, then it's like hooking this idea that that's something that I can feel all the time, and that's not actually the case. The spiritual teachers, they're very peaceful, calm people. There's a peacefulness and calmness that you can feel all the time, but that's not remarkable enough for ego. Ego wants to feel the rush all the time, right? Get the positive hit all the time and feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. And it's kind of like a drug, like you need to feel it all the time. And really, the present moment is good enough as it is peace, is love, is oneness, is calm, and is beautiful as it is, but it's not necessarily these like really, really high, as Master always puts it, chaotic positive frequencies all the time either. So we shouldn't be looking for those, but instead accepting the peace of the present moment.
Absolutely. Love that. Love that. Especially the piece that you mentioned, right? Like what I have found is that when someone that has been transformed or has gone through a breakthrough, the energy, the vibration is always a lot more calm and relaxed than the previous self. And also, I mentioned this a few weeks ago, last week, that recently Master mentioned that the more you're relaxed, the more powerful you become. Relaxation brings power. And like just like you mentioned, when we look at the you know, the difference, like Master Sri Akashana or different spiritual masters, they're actually really calm. They don't need to you know, act in a certain way to get the attention, or to act like, what's the word, super pumped, right? I mean, while saying that, obviously, maybe a few people have like images coming up of the different gurus out there who in that kind of style. I mean, that's a different style, right? Like, we're not criticizing anybody, you know, different strokes for different folks. You know, some folks like the yes.
But it is helpful in a way, because a lot of people who are going to be coming towards self-help, you guys are here because you've suffered. There's no way that you're looking at for self-help. But if you haven't been through some I need it clean
struggles,
word,
yeah,
struggles,
right,
some
right.
difficulties. Yeah, you've been through some hell, okay? And so it's nice to, one extreme, show you, jump you from that hell to the lighter frequencies.
It's a good way to raise vibration, right?
Yeah.
It's a good way to kind of like switch. To switch the vibration.
But then it comes back to balance, peace, equilibrium.
Exactly.
Not supposed to be here all the time, just like a drug. Yeah, it's not healthy to be there all the time. It's not.
Yeah, definitely. I used to go to so many seminars, and then I could feel the pump. It's almost like okay. I don't know if you know, I it's not my personal what do you call practice, but I know that, like, you know, it's like if you smoke marijuana, right? Okay, that's just an example. By the way, it's legal in Canada, so I'm okay to talk about it. But right, so it's like you get a buzz, right? When you smoke marijuana, you get a buzz, but then the buzz actually fades. Right. So exactly. I used to describe, you know, going to personal development seminars, like I'm talking about in person. Nowadays, everything is online, right? So it's a bit different. I think it's actually good that there is a bit of that distance where you can actually have that balance, right? While you're receiving information, being around different beautiful souls around the world, but also you're in your environment, or I don't know, wherever you are. So you're able to actually have that balance. Whereas when you're immersing the physical environment, which is also great, okay, like, you know, everything has its own, you know, pros and cons, right? Which is also great because you're physically immersed in that vibration, and it's actually 10 times, 20 times more stronger than when you are watching everything at home. But also it's what happens after that. right? Because what I have found is that the drop is very significant. Once you are like out of that environment, you're not with your, your mentor, you're not with the tribe and the whole vibe anymore. You feel the withdrawal. Well, very often I see that a lot of people feel the withdrawal, like, like, oh, I miss you guys, or I miss that whole weekend. Now I don't know what to do, right? And also, I remember I used to go to regular ones like twice a year or like, in my business. And after that, it's like a lot of people just don't know what to do, right? Whereas the smart ones, right? I have been with very smart, like, how should I say it, affiliates, the smart ones, they know, well, this is something for everyone to take away, right? Next time when you're in either online or in-person seminar, personal development, on the last day, okay, the second half of last day or on the last day, usually it's a Sunday before you go home, right? Start taking notes, start making plans, executionable plans of what are you going to do with the stuff that you have learned over the weekend, right? So start making plans and then don't delay that plan. Don't go, oh, I just want to keep feeling the buzz and then I'll think about it when I get home, right? Don't do that because probably 99% of the time that it's going to be a waste. Like it's just going to be like you finish watching the movies, you go home and forget about it and next, right? So if you really want to make everything work and make it worth your time and your money, start making executionable plans on the last day and writing down, okay, what are you going to do? And then don't write all these like big plans because it's not going to it's not going to be easy to implement. Just write like one plan, like one thing that you're going to implement, something that you learn from this this seminar, and then what is the one change you're going to make as a result of like learning from that. And then that one little change can actually make a huge transformation for you. Then you will know that, okay, that investment was worth it, however much that you spend on it, right? And then all the other things you learn, it will start to unfold, right? Then you thinking that, oh my God, I learned so much this weekend. How am I gonna, implement everything? And if you don't, if you're not learning with a mentor, with like, step-by-step system and things like that, then just by yourself, I can assure you it's gonna be hard, right? If you're just like, okay, dump all the information into my life. How do I do it? Right. So that is my suggestion. Like really start making plans while you're in the seminar already. So you know that, you got to commit to that when you go home. So that's what I want to say. And also we saw a lot of comments coming in while we're chatting. And thank you everybody. Let me have a look at some of it. Emma, and Elise, yes. Oh, hello. She's one of the wealth yogis, Candice. And then I saw quite a lot from Jeremy and Axel. There was a comment from Axel as well. And he made some really amazing, powerful, I call it the golden nuggets. Yeah. So we'll go through them after the video because we want everyone to go and execute, right? So, and then there will not be another episode this right after this. You have to wait for a week.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll give you guys a week to implement.
Do not binge. What's the thing? You don't binge me and Jing, and don't go binge in the syllabus. We're not encouraging self-help binging.
Right. It's kind of a dilemma actually.
Yeah, it's like because this is what people are profiting on, right? And it's our livelihood, but also we want to be honest with you guys and real and say exactly, yeah, you can't find anything from me and Jing that is not within you, right? So this is really my like last message that I have is that we're on this journey of self-discovery, right? This is what all this is about. I want to lose what's not me and I want to find who I really am, and then I can live my life in peace and happiness and joy. But I think like ask yourself, are you willing to actually discover who you are? Not and let go of this illusion of who you are being someone who's like jumping up and down in the chaotic vibrations of bliss and joy all the time. Because who you actually are is actually something much more balanced and peaceful and calm and light than that. So it's like really like ask yourself if you're willing to accept who you truly are and let go of the illusion of you when you're having the positivity hits and like the drugs and all of that. Yeah.
Because that's not sustainable, right? Like, we can't just, like I hear this from people a lot that, I feel down, then I watch your video, then I feel good. And then, I go search for a video, I feel good. That,
Mhm.
I mean, that works, right? And then of course, it means that the words from the videos are
Yeah,
powerful. But
exactly.
yeah, exactly. You can turn it into a
Balancing.
cycle, right? That
Exactly. But who you are is in the middle, not at either end of the extreme. Yeah.
hmm
So
exactly. And also you know that, okay, I remember this video, what I learned from it, and then I know that I cannot get myself like into the same pattern. I
mm,
think that's something that we, want to share with everybody. Like, don't fall into that pattern so that you become a bit dependent on like those videos, like personal development videos or certain motivation,
mm,
podcasts to like, bring you back. Because the true power is actually from
mm,
within you. It's actually from yourself, right? And
mhm.
I mean, yeah, we could definitely keep talking about this in our, future episodes,
Sure.
right? We are here to, share our journey with you guys. And
Mm,
also hopefully that, a lot of you can resonate and also can, I don't know, find something useful and something that can make an impact. So, you will take a different action here, right?
mm,
While saying this, I want to like, leave you guys with this thing that's that has become stronger and stronger in my life lately is that I also remember Master said that you learn it, you learn the information, you learn the things, and then you live it, right?
mm,
Learn and live it and give it, right? So learn and live it, give it, okay, until you're living, the philosophies or the things that you're learning, you're not actually learning it. Like you just learn it in theory, like in the books as information. And then when you practice it, then that's good. That's when you actually try to fortify it, strengthening it and trying to trying to incorporate into your life. But if you're not living it, then you actually haven't learned it. That's
mm,
something another mentor actually told me. And when I heard, I'm like, oh, that's actually true. We always say that learn and live it, give it. But how many of us are stuck at the learning phase? Right? And then not many of us are in the living phase and let alone giving, right? So the giving phase is really the next level that, you're actually really living it and you're actually authentically giving it, like, teaching it and things like that. So, and when last week we talked about authenticity, right? So when I was like, basically working on myself, okay, okay, it's not the image of like you lock yourself in a room and work on it. Like working on yourself happens 24/7, even while you're sleeping, while you're washing dishes, while you're talking to your, friends. That's all part of like working on yourself. And I realized that a lot of times, like even myself, I got stuck at the learning phase, not the living phase. So
mm.
which is why authentically and transparently, I want everybody to remember this, before you kind of like mm, preach, learn to live it, give it, which is something that of course you got to remember. You have to remember to learn it, practice it, and then leave it. Okay, live it, not leave it. Sorry, live it, and then you give it, right? So there's that extra step of you gotta practice it, right? You gotta practice it so much that it becomes part of you, so that you're actually living, what you're what you're practicing, okay, what you're learning, okay. Trying not
Okay.
to get too tongue twisty here. So yes, so that's all from me. And anything else you want to share, Amy?
No, I think that was perfect. And like just integrate. Integrate was a word that was coming to my mind. Not just learning, but integrate that into you, your DNA almost, your
Mm-hmm,
whole
mm-hmm.
being. So yeah, and then love it and let it be.
Definitely, yes. Oh, I saw Axel here. Hi, Axel. So Axel just said it's kind of like role signs. The ego would get us to think about the role signs you missed, and by doing so, you end up missing more role signs. Being conscious
Exactly.
and solution focused is saying, right, I missed my intended turning. What turning can I take right now to get back on track? Then being there to see that next turn of point, so you actually take that turn. Wow, Axel, we miss you. When
Exactly.
I was reading this,
Exactly.
I'm like, this
Yeah.
is exactly how Axel talks. So
You're
amazing. You're such a
you're hitting
philosopher.
exactly what the ego does there. It's like, oh no, I'm looking outside. And then ego goes, so I must do something else to get back to within myself. And then it's like, oh no, I missed it again. And it's like
Right, right.
the whole time I'm right here. This is the true you speaking. The whole time I'm right here. I'm right here. Stop turning away from me, Exactly.
Definitely. Yes. So thank you everybody for like interacting with us today. Amy can't see it just yet, but we have a lot of comments
Oh,
today.
it's
And
perfect about it.
yeah, like lots. You're gonna take some time, bring a cup of tea with you to read them. They're
Yeah.
really amazing stuff from everybody. And we want to thank you all for like sharing your experience with us here today. And also thank you for watching live. Now it's time for you to stop watching this
Yes.
and go
Go
and do
integrate.
something. Yeah,
Integrate.
don't live it and practice it, right? So we're very happy to be here every Wednesday to, share with you guys, wellness and personal development journeys with you all. And we're trying our best to be as raw and authentic as possible. No BS, but still at the end of the day, it's positivity. Okay. So sometimes it could sound a bit harsh, but it's all about positivity and for the best interest of everyone's transformation.
Love.
So yes, so thank you everyone for watching. And same time next week, we'll be here at 7 p.m. UK time. And if you guys have any questions, just write them in the comment below, and we'll come back with a cup of tea to answer your questions. Okay, love you so much, Amy. Love you,
Love you too.
everybody. See you guys
Bye.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.